We'll cut across to that live event when the Prime Minister begins his address. But for now, shifting our focus back to the big breaking news that we were getting to you here on CNN News 18. And that's the big controversy that has erupted with the Wrestling Federation of India. Anshul, my colleague, is now joining us for more on this. Anshul, several of these wrestlers are now sitting on protest in Jantar Mantar. They've made their stand very clear via social media. For how long do they intend to sit on protest?
So yes, I'll take this question directly to them. I'll just try and show you the visuals over here. In the national capital at Jantar Mantar, all these wrestlers who have represented India at various levels, especially Olympic medalist Bajrang Punia himself is also sitting here on this dharna. I'll just try and speak to them and try to figure out as what is the future plan of action. Sir, आपका एक बार दर्शकों के लिए सर एक बार पूरा मामला बता दीजिए और आपका आगे प्लान क्या रहेगा, क्या कैसे आप प्रोटेस्ट को और बढ़ाने की कोशिश करेंगे?
भाई अभी वैसे बात नहीं करेंगे पर आज बड़ा खुलासा करेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। और जब तक खिलाड़ियों की जो समस्याएं नहीं होंगी ना, जब तक यही हैं हम।
ये सिचुएशन इतनी खराब कैसे हो गई कि आपको यहाँ पे धरने पर आके बैठना पड़ रहा है?
तो आप जिन्होंने सिचुएशन खराब की उनसे बात करिए, क्योंकि इस पे हम कुछ नहीं बता सकते कि ये इतनी सिचुएशन क्यों खराब हुई।
तो आपका अब आगे का क्या प्लान रहेगा, कैसे अपनी बात
मैं अभी बता रहा हूँ, मैं जल्द ही आपके सामने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करेंगे, उसमें आप सभी को पता लग जाएगा कि हमारे अगला मकसद क्या है।
तो ऐसी क्या मुद्दा था ऐसा जिसकी वजह से
वही बोल रहे हैं, हम जल्दी खुलासा करेंगे, सभी चीजों पे बात करेंगे। आप लोगों का हमें बिल्कुल आप लोगों का सहयोग चाहिएगा, तो हम थोड़ा समय लगेगा, 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटा, उसके बाद हम प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके आप लोगों को सभी चीजें पे खुलासा करेंगे।
So you heard Bajrang Punia over there, but he is not giving out much details at this point in time. But yes, the wrestlers are saying that they will be going ahead with and do a press conference in the next few hours, in which they will actually go ahead and reveal about the entire issues and how the Wrestling Federation of India has been operating and trying to make sure that the wrestlers who deserve to go on in national and international competitions, they are not being given that opportunity, and the manner in which the Wrestling Federation at many points have not supported these players even after they have brought silverware and pride to the country. So yes, you see all these wrestlers who have represented India on various levels, be it national or international levels, at Olympics, at Asian Games, they are now sitting out here in the protest. They are trying to put this point across that the Wrestling Federation of India has not been listening to them, and hence they will continue to protest out here until and unless the Wrestling Federation of India comes out and listens to whatever they have to say. So yes, in the next few hours, the wrestlers are going to do a press conference in which they would give elaborate details about the issues that they are facing and what is the future course of action that they are going to take, and if it is going to at all affect India's chances of getting those medals and silverware in the upcoming Asian Games.
Absolutely, the Federation will have to come out and respond to why it has reached this stage. But for now, we're given to understand that these wrestlers who are sitting on protest there are soon going to be making some stunning disclosures. As Bajrang Punia was also pointing out, there is going to be a news conference that is held in a short while from now where all of those details will be divulged. But the protest continues, and until the Federation wakes up and ensures that this kind of harassment stops, that protest will continue, is what Bajrang Punia confirmed to CNN News 18. Anshul is reporting live from there, from that protest site in Jantar Mantar. We've seen several of these wrestlers take to social media, speak of this harassment by arbitrary laws. Anshul, can we give a context to our viewers of what exactly these laws are that they are speaking of?
So yes, there are many laws. In fact, the manner in which the initial controversy started during the Olympic Games, when various of these players were not given the actual facilities that they wanted to compete in those Olympic Games, and since then the to and fro between the federation and the wrestlers has continuously been going on. There were laws. For example, there was one law in which the wrestlers were not allowed to take their coaches along with them to the Olympics, and that was something that was built into a law by the Wrestling Federation of India, and they said that the coaches that would be given to the players would be selected and elected by the Wrestling Federation themselves, and and hence the players had no say whatsoever when it comes to selecting their support staff team or their coaches or the physios. So yes, this was one thing that the wrestlers had raised a lot of objections to. They said that they practice with a certain group of people for the entire year, for many, and they have been practicing with them for several years, and hence that team actually knows what kind of training is required by these individual athletes, and that is something that the wrestling federation, the coaches that are given to them by the wrestling federation, that they do not know, and the kind of rapport that they share with their team would actually help India's chances to get them silverware. So yes, this was one of the flashpoint. This was one of the laws that was made by the wrestling federation, that was implemented by the wrestling federation, and that had raised a lot of eyebrows amongst the wrestlers, not only wrestlers who are currently representing India, but also former wrestlers had also raised their voice against this, because they said that when an athlete goes on that mat for that 3-minute, 4-minute bout, the people around him needs to be the people who actually share a very good rapport with him, because there is a lot of mental pressure on the athlete, and not only mental pressure but also physically the manner in which the athlete trains. That is something that each athlete needs its own training, his own kind of training and own kind of exercises, and that is something that the team actually knows, that what kind of training is required by these athletes, and that is something that the coach that comes in from the wrestling federation would actually not know. So yes, all these matters have been coming to the fore now. The recent decision of the Wrestling Federation of India to send split teams to the Asian Games this time around, that has raised a lot of eyebrows, because the selection process of the Wrestling Federation has now become very, very opaque, and the players at this point is alleging that the Wrestling Federation president is not responding to them. In fact, the officials of the Wrestling Federation are not responding to their demands, to their thoughts, and hence they are now sitting on a protest over here. We are just awaiting for that press conference to happen in the next few minutes, after which it will be very, very clear as to what are the demands of these wrestlers, and how do they plan to take this forward, and how do they plan to build more pressure on the Wrestling Federation of India, so that they could actually get justice that they are demanding at this point in time. So also the wrestlers are saying that there is a big exposure that they are going to do against the president of the Wrestling Federation of India. So all these allegations and counter allegations between the wrestlers and the Wrestling Federation of India continues at this point in time. However, the Wrestling Federation of India has still not come out with any sort of defense or any sort of clarity, and even have not tried to speak to the wrestlers who are sitting out here on dharna, and try to convince them to get back from this dharna and get back to their training and back to the wrestling match. So yes, it remains to be seen if the Wrestling Federation of India would actually urge these players to get back on the playing field rather than sitting out here on dharna at Jantar Mantar in the national capital. But yes, there is a lot of hope that can be seen in the eyes of these wrestlers, who are still hoping that in some way or some manner the Wrestling Federation would come out and help them and listen to their problems, and would actually give out solutions to their problems. But yes, since that has not been happening, they are now demanding the government should step in.
Right, so government intervention is one of the things that they have sought, but they also want that these laws that they call arbitrary, that have been put in place by the Wrestling Federation of India, they need to go. Something needs to be done for the benefit of the players and not for the federation, is one of the demands that they are making. Even as we get you those live pictures of the protests from Jantar Mantar, let's take you through the kind of tweets that have been put out by these wrestlers and the allegations that they have made against the Wrestling Federation. My colleague Anjali joins us with those tweets. Yes, Anjali.
So, Poonam, there's a lot of anger among the top wrestlers in India against the Wrestling Federation of India's decision to split the teams, because the Asian Games 2022 dates are clashing with the Wrestling Championship dates. And now, amid all this, they have taken to social media to express their anger. Sakshi Malik has tweeted saying, sportspersons work hard to win medals for the country, but the federation has done nothing but let us down. Players are being harassed by imposing arbitrary laws. Bajrang Punia also expressed his anger, saying sports workers sports persons work hard to win medals for the country, but the federation has done nothing but let us down, and players are being harassed by imposing arbitrary laws. So both of the sports persons and top wrestlers have expressed their anger in similar words, and now Vinesh Fogart has also taken to Twitter to express her views. She has said the player wants self-respect and prepares for the Olympics and big games with full vigor. But if the federation does not support him, the morale breaks down. But now we will not bow down. We will fight for our rights. So Poonam, it is important to note that this anger is because the top wrestlers expressed their intention to participate in the wrestling championship as well, but the Wrestling Federation of India denied that they will split the teams for the two tournaments, the two important tournaments. But it was important to participate in the wrestling championship because it also acts as a qualification tournament for the Olympics, which will be held in Paris next year. So that is what has resulted in this major controversy, because the top wrestlers want to participate in the World Wrestling Championships, but the Wrestling Federation of India has completely denied, and they have said that they will split the teams for the Asian Games and the World Wrestling Championship. Back to you, Poonam.
Right, Anjali, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that. And Anshul, my colleague, who's bringing us the details from on ground there of the protest in Jantar Mantar. We'll keep a track of that, but for now, shifting focus to Tamil Nadu, where the political